Our final lightning talk speaker is Lanie McKinney. She's a PhD student working with plasma physics, specifically with Professor Carmen Guerra Garcia in our laboratory, in our department. She's a National Science Foundation Fellow. She's also been very active, which is an understatement, I think, with our Space Resources Workshop, leading many of our RASCAL teams over the years, working in topics like in situ resource utilization, how to deal with CO2 emissions and recycling. She's a graduate of the University of Tulsa, and I think there's a theme here, also a double major in physics and applied math. So, Lanie, please.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for that introduction. Again, my name is Lanie McKinney. I'm a PhD student in the Aerospace Plasma Group, and today I'm excited to share with you some of our work harnessing plasma technologies for space resource utilization. So now and into the next decade, NASA is looking to send humans to Mars for science and exploration objectives like the search for life. Human missions will require a large amount of consumables, including fuel for the return trip, oxygen, and food. And delivering consumable mass is a major design constraint in mission architectures. So instead, what if we made these consumables with resources found on Mars? Resources like the carbon dioxide and the nitrogen in the atmosphere, or water in subsurface ice deposits. This is called in situ resource utilization, which we've kind of mentioned throughout the day, and it has the potential to transform the way that we design deep space missions. So today, I want to talk to you about a specific kind of technology that has many applications for Mars ISRU, and that's plasmas. So to create a plasma, first we start with a gas, like CO2. And then we apply a sufficiently strong electric field. Inside, energetic electrons ionize and break apart molecules, creating a reactive environment to enable chemical transformations like CO2 conversion into oxygen. But we can also react carbon dioxide with nitrogen to produce nitrates, which this is a critical fertilizer for plant growth. We can even react carbon dioxide with water, and this will enable us to produce hydrocarbons, fuel and material precursors like methane and ethylene. And to top it off, plasmas can also be very efficiently generated at low pressures, like those found in the ambient environment of Mars. So, given all the potential use cases, where does the technology stand today? We can start by looking at pure CO2 conversion, because this is the lowest complexity process to benchmark. And in the literature, we can achieve both high energy efficiency systems or high conversion systems across different kinds of plasma configurations. However, much of the robust performance data is available only for atmospheric pressure plasmas due to the decarbonization application of the technology. So the low pressure regime, which is important for Mars operation, is still poorly characterized. So for Mars ISRU, we need more data to understand performance at low pressures and to identify optimal reactor configurations. So to address this, we've developed a reactor that's suitable for high performance Mars operation. This reactor combines two elements: a nanosecond pulse discharge power supply, which was chosen because it achieves high efficiency performance and it's highly tunable through the control of the peak voltage amplitude and the applied frequency of the pulses. We also selected a dielectric barrier discharge geometry, which has been established in industrial context as being very scalable. And so together, this creates an NRP DBD reactor, it's a mouthful, and this configuration has not yet been investigated for CO2 conversion. We can systematically vary parameters like flow rate, peak voltage, and frequency, and characterize the reactor in terms of performance metrics like conversion and efficiency. So far, we've tested 80 conditions, each in triplicate, and the results show very clear trends. When voltage increases, conversion increases with a steep decline in energy efficiency. When frequency increases, conversion increases with a proportional decline in efficiency. And when flow rate increases, conversion decreases with a proportional increase in energy efficiency. So what does all this mean? Well, as it turns out, we actually identified that flow rate and pulse frequency actually control the same metric, the number of pulses that the gas sees in the discharge zone. So this means we can collapse all of the performance data into two parameters, the number of applied pulses and the peak voltage, which controls the per pulse energy. And this is really significant because it means we've identified a reactor performance scaling law that can meaningfully simplify future reactor designs. So far, we've demonstrated a high-performance reactor at the subsystem scale and identified major trends in reactor performance. Looking ahead, the next challenge is to move from a proof of concept to an end-to-end process by integrating a separation technology to extract the oxygen. And in the future, we can use these testbeds to investigate more complex mixtures like carbon dioxide and water to produce hydrocarbons. Thank you.